Hi everyone, I am your host, owner, and creator of The Mix. Welcome to my channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you all are doing well on this Saturday. Before I continue into my reaction, review, and commentary and opinion on the subject matter at hand, I need for everyone to like, share, subscribe to The Mix. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. Like, share, subscribe. As you can see from the title, what this video is going to be about: should the justice system treat violent women the same as violent men? Female accountability. This came about, it's sort of like a part two. Excuse me, you guys, I'm driving right now, so you might hear some feedback, hopefully not. But yeah, this is like a part two of what I previously dropped on the Mississippi Khadijah woman who her husband on Facebook Live. Excuse me. Someone brought it to my attention that they didn't really like the video. And you know what? I'm not going to say, they kind of clarified it. The individual basically stated, and this was a male, basically stated that I was making excuses. And the male basically stated that, the individual male basically stated that that they listened to the entire video as well. I'm going to say this much. I want to clarify some things. I definitely wasn't making an excuse for Khadijah. I was just coming from a female perspective in terms of our emotions not being in check. And granted, yes, that escalates situations. And granted, that is not an excuse for what she did. I was not trying to come from that perspective, an excuse perspective. There should be accountability. The individual male also basically stated that in terms of, men. No one does these think pieces on men stating, okay, well, why did he do this? Or why did he do that? I believe, and this is debatable, in my opinion, I do believe think pieces have been done on men, analyzing their psyche as to why they react to this or why they react to that. I don't think it's just automatically deemed violent. Yes, the actions, yes, violent, but the reason for and it shouldn't be a reason, obviously, for acting violently, taking someone's life, because no one should do that. Totally against, violent reactions in any type of relationship situation, whether it be a friendship, whether it be siblings, whether it be son and mom, or vice versa. Any type of friendship, any type of situation, violence is never the the answer. So, with that being said, I apologize if it seemed like I was capping for her or coming to her defense or making an excuse, because that's not my intent. That's actually not what I was doing. I was just simply, if you listen to the video, I was just highlighting from a female perspective where her emotions was unchecked and how that could escalate. And basically, I also gave myself an example, and I said, thankfully, the person that I was married to many moons ago, over 10 years ago, thankfully a situation didn't arise where I'm incarcerated or he's incarcerated as of today due to a toxic situation, toxic relationship, when you're not thinking rationally, and that can be on both ends. So I'm not making an excuse for Khadijah. Not at all. I was just coming from an emotional perspective, from a woman, a female perspective. Hopefully a male can respond to this and give their insight and intake on this more so. And I do believe there are some videos out there of men giving their perspective, males giving their perspective on the situation with Khadijah, and on other situations when it comes to the justice system, and comparing the two, women being treated equally, violent women being treated equally as violent men, or the violent act, in itself within the justice system. So I kind of get what the individual was stating, the guy was stating about, it seems like he basically was like, wrong is wrong, she was wrong, she was toxic, she was wrong, period. And she was. She was. But like I stated, I was just coming from a female emotional perspective. She was embarrassed. I still believe she was embarrassed online. And that's with anybody. If you're put in a situation where you're embarrassed, whether it be in person or on social media, some people don't know how to react to embarrassment. Some people don't know how to react to rejection. Regardless if you are a male, a female, if you're old, or if you're young, in my opinion, I believe a lot of people don't know how to react that way. They don't know how to react to conflict resolution type of situations. Especially if you are not emotionally mature. And that's what I was stating basically in my last video with Khadijah, and not being apparently emotionally mature. And I don't know her. I don't know this to be fact, but based off of what I've read and things of that nature, it seems like she reacted irrationally, immaturely from an emotional perspective. It really does. Which the result of that is her getting a firearm and offing her husband while he was in the household, same household as her kids. It's like, wow. And like I stated in my last video, I was more disturbed by the mom gaslighting the situation. Where are the rational minds, the rational thinking, And I'm not stating anything about Jeremy, her husband, because he was trying to remove himself from the situation. That's what it appears to have been based off of what I kind of looked at video-wise and read. He was basically trying to remove himself from the situation. And I'm not trying to sit up here and state that he probably gaslit her or anything, because even if he did, there's still no excuse. He wasn't physically harming her or anything like that. So he should have been able to leave in peace without being deleted from the earth. So just to be clear, no, I am not capping or making an excuse for this lady. Accountability. Yes, I do believe accountability should be the same. But from a female perspective, and I do believe when cases like this come across the justice system, the reason why it's so unequal is because prosecutors, DAs, regardless if they're men or women, judges, juries, they have like a soft spot for women. It's like that's human nature. So the punishment, more than likely, 99.9% of the times, is not equal to a first-time male offender who's done the same thing. Their punishment, their consequence may be substantially higher or greater than a person like Khadijah, first-time offense, doing something like this, And I'm just hypothetically speaking. I don't know if this was Khadijah's first-time offense, but I'm just giving, if it was the case, this an example, a scenario. Take a first-time offender, her, example purposes. First-time offender, a male, example purposes. Same crime, same situation. I do believe the male will get a higher sentence or be convicted at a higher, or more charges and this and that. I do believe that because statistically that has been proven. I don't have the statistics in front of me. I'll probably have to do a little bit of digging and research, but court-wise, statistic-wise, social-wise, that's been really the case. Unfortunately. So like the individual was stating, well, they don't normally, he said he don't see people making excuses for men or trying to do think pieces for men, or and like I stated, I'm not making an excuse for this lady. I'm not. It's a sad situation. My heart goes out to the kids first and foremost, because they seem like they love their daddy. Based off of information that I read and all of that, and some of his postings on social media, he was an involved, present father. I don't know what their situation was relationship-wise, if it was heavily toxic, if it was mildly toxic, if it was just simply her. I don't know all of that. I don't know all of the facts surrounding, the logistics surrounding the dynamics of their household. But what it does appear to be that those kids love their dad. So my heart goes out to them, and they lost the mom and they lost the dad. But yeah, in no way, shape, or form am I making an excuse for this Mississippi woman. And like the title states here, should the justice system treat violent women the same as violent men? Female accountability. Accountability. That's what we're discussing here. So I need for you all to drop a comment and let me know. Let me know, should females be held accountable the same? The same. I do believe yes. Yes, that's my opinion. My opinion, yes. You know, just to be fair. But reality-wise, statistic-wise, example-wise, that has not been the case, you guys. Unfortunately, that has not been the case. That has not been the case from a legal perspective. It hasn't. And like I stated, in my opinion, when judges, whether it be a female or male judge, when prosecutors, district attorneys, jurors, public defenders, whether it be male or female, combination of mixed or whatever, when they see a female in this type of situation across from them as a defendant, it's like a soft spot. Unfortunately, a soft spot. You know, so they may not go as hard or heavy or lay down the gavel as tough or be tougher on crime when it comes to a female in the same exact scenario as a violent female in the same scenario as a violent man. That's just how it is. And I can't explain to you guys why. Only thing I can do is speculate. I think because naturally it's like a softness for a female. Females have children. Females bear. But in this situation, to me, Khadijah was acting out in her masculine feminine energy. She was a masculine feminine type of woman. Based off of what I've read, based off of the little clips I've seen, it just seems like she exuded more masculinity in the relationship. Instead of tapping into her female power, her female being. You know, how to navigate situations that when your partner or your husband, you get into a situation and not escalate it. You know, and like I said in my video, if you go back to my video and listen, I gave myself as an example. Emotionally immature, not thinking rationally, humiliated, feeling rejected. This is how females react emotionally and disturbingly and violently. Erratically. I'm not giving an excuse, but when females, I'm speaking from a female perspective, some females may not admit this, but this is where accountability comes into play. And I, speaking on accountability from my own personal perspective. Yeah, I would, like I said, listen to my last videos. I gave myself as an example. And I stated too, also, females, we can't make men do what we want them to do. If they don't want to be with you, deuces. You know, it hurts. It hurts like hell. If you can't get your way, if they gaslight you in some way, shape, or form, we have to take accountability and check ourselves first, because it can go 0 to 100 real quick. And lives are lost. People are incarcerated. It's just without taking the time to think rationally. And I'm telling you, and speaking from my own perspective, it can go 0 to 100 real quick. And that's not a situation you want to be in. Look at Khadijah. I bet you she wants to take back all of this immediately. She wished she wouldn't have reacted. Because you can't tell me that she didn't love her husband and that she was just humiliated and all of that on live and embarrassed and felt rejected in front of however many viewers they had watching. Again, so to the person that felt that they didn't really like my video or my commentary, that I was making an excuse, please, my apologies. That's not the case. But just think deeper. Think outside the box. Well, you can't, because you're a male and you're not a woman. And that's the disconnect. We're wired differently, men and women. You know, and in some cases, like I stated in my last video, some men react this way as well. Their emotions are not in check. They call it bitch assness. Or men with female tendencies. Men that don't have their emotions in check. Men that don't have their emotions in check. You know, a lot of men act this way too, and they become a Khadijah, but from a male perspective. Or they become violent. Men that are insecure. Men that don't know how to control their masculinity in terms of being secure within themselves. They react this way as well. Let's dive into that. Let's dive into that too as well. Would men reacting like this too, or having violence in their makeup or character? Unfortunately, where did that start from? That could have started from childhood. It could have started from broken relationships. And they don't know how to respond. They don't know conflict resolution. They don't know how to respond to rejection as well. That can happen with men too. So to the person who felt that I was being biased, that's not my intent. But I was just highlighting from a female perspective. Females are wired differently from men. So I was just highlighting from that perspective, a female perspective, giving my opinion and, commentary on this. But yeah, drop a comment, you guys. Drop a comment, like, share, subscribe to the mix. Like, share, subscribe to the mix. Let me know your thoughts. Again, should the justice system treat violent women the same, equally, as violent men? Female accountability. Female accountability. So let's get the discussion going. And again, my intent in the last video is not to cap for Khadijah or not just cap, but give an excuse. That's not my intent. I was just stating that I do believe if she wasn't on Facebook Live, it would not have happened. I do believe that, in my opinion. But she was embarrassed and humiliated. And when females are embarrassed and humiliated, even if it's even heightened even more if they're in public or alive, especially if they're emotionally immature or don't know how to handle things emotionally and rationally. It can go 0 to 100 real quick, even for some males as well. So let's get the discussion going down in the comment section. I hope this clarified things. Hope you guys understand my perspective, my opinion on this matter. And like, share, subscribe to the mix. Like, share, subscribe. Those who are digitally passing by, go ahead and hit the subscription button and then the notification bell. That way you will be in tune with all my content I drop on my channel. Also, I have polls going on in my community section, so go head on over to my community section for polls and just participate in the conversation. Let's engage, you guys, in the comment section on this video as well, on my last video. And I'm going to I'm going to add a clip to this in my description section of this video of the last video I did on Khadijah, masculine modern women, because again, I believe that's what she was giving when she reacted the way she did, and plus her emotions played a huge part of it too, irrational emotions. So yeah, if you want to donate to the mix, go ahead and for content enhancement, go ahead and send your girl a zelle, tplegal30@gmail.com, or you can cash at me at $THEMIXX30. Again, this goes towards content creation for my channel. I'm trying to level it up, you guys, so it takes resources to do that. And just go ahead and like, share, subscribe to the mix. Like, share, subscribe. It's all going to my content creation, all your donations. Thank you for tuning in to the mix, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.